shoot every American before they spread to the rest of the world. Let them shoot each other before they learn the word love one another, or
put armed guards on every American who needs a gun to get it up.
Put an armed guard on every bathroom and every sewer where Americans gather.
Put an armed guard on every motel in Memphis, in every bar and every chapel, a priest's sword at the ready.
Put an armed guard on every speech in Los Angeles.
Put an armed guard on every bank and every church of the magic nuclear button mushroom.
put an armed guard on every Walmart and mall rack.
Put an armed guard on every crying mother and gamer's son of a gun.
Put an armed guard on every airport and every swimming pool.
Put an armed guard on every university lecture and every American maternity ward.
Put an armed guard on every pulpit and every soup kitchen.
Put an armed guard on every gun store with a claymore and give teachers bow and arrows.
Put an armed guard on every gun shop and every foreign worker.
Put an armed guard on every illegal alien and rock singer who ducks and covers.
Put an armed guard on every activist and middle-of-the-road Democrat.
Put an armed guard on every American child over and under the age of 1.
Put an armed guard on every radio station and record store, every bus stop and man of law that's bad.
Put an armed guard on every internet service provider and every clairvoyant with a Bible.
Put an armed guard on every sky and moon landing.
Put an armed guard on every fireman and rapper's bunk.
Put an armed guard on every body dead or alive on the stairway or in the basement.
Put an armed guard on every road to and from Roswell. Sky pilots armed to the teeth.
Put an armed guard on everyone that speaks up or out of line.
Put an armed guard on every pacifist and every plane on every tarmac fire truck.
Put an armed guard on every armed guard and an armed guard on children's bookstore selling Dr. Seuss.
Put the White House in a bunker.
Put an armed guard on every train and every Big Dipper tripper.
Put an armed guard on every military industrial gangster's cold dead hands.
Put an armed guard on every bad guy with a gun.
Put an armed guard on every television and your liberty in body armor.
Put an armed guard on every Soviet tourist and child nurturing Chinese industrialists.
Put an armed guard on every poet and their paper trash cans in the attic.
Put an armed guard on every open mouth of a lobbyist at a child's birthday party.
Put an armed guard on every cinema and the NRA gas bags.
Put an armed guard on every grassy knoll.
And make all presidents expert marksmen.
Put an armed guard on every military-industrial establishment gangster. Put an armed guard on everyone that reads anything into this.
And anyone on the roof without proof.
Put an armed guard on every Martian.
Put an armed guard on every good guy with a gun in the land of the free and the NRA graves.
Put an armed guard on every flower and fruit tree under the sun.
Put an armed guard on every innocent middle American's fear.
Put an armed guard on every fiscal cliff.
And every $1 trillion invasion.
Put an armed guard on every American with a gun. Put an armed guard on every road in and out of here.
Put an armed guard on every American who needs a gun to feel free. Please don't put an armed guard on me. This has been a message to the nations from Chief Touches Clouds in the interests of peace, love and tolerance.